chopping wood uniform look with the black stockings, the white number, white Oklahoma, cream Oklahoma, and the Jordan font across their chest. Aaron Miller, we were talking earlier, Texas A&M Commerce, their uniform is pretty tight. It's an all-navy look with gold pinstripes and A&M Commerce across their chest.
They're sharp.
They look good.
They immediately caught my eye when they got on the field. You know what's funny? Looking at the uniforms for Oklahoma, how much has changed since I played? We never thought we would be able to wear charcoal gray or black anything, and now that's a mainstay in their wardrobe. My goodness. So much has changed.
I sense a little bit of jealousy.
Okay.
That's
Call
fine.
a spade a spade. It is.
Hey, I'll tell you what. That 16 team would have looked awesome in Anthem's side.
They look amazing tonight. I like the wood green.
Yeah, the wood grain's a solid look. Oh, there's the dad joke for you. Get it? Wood grain, solid. Hey, today's Riverwind Casino keys to the game. What do you want to see, Aaron Miller?
A response. Talked about it in the pregame. I think that this is a team that was, understatement, not on their best game on Sunday. We saw 3 on-record errors. You and I talked, Plank. I think there could have been 5 or 6 on the book.
Thomas was feeling kind on Sunday.
We saw miscues on the base paths, and that's typically an area that I talk so highly on with Oklahoma because they run the bases so well, and it ran them out of a ball game. So I think it's response. We should see a lot of production tonight.
Those are your Riverwind keys to the game. Riverwind Casino, always a good time. Kirsten Deal rocks and fires. The first pitch on a Tuesday night is in for a strike. Taya Pitts, right on time, 6:06 p.m. As they had projected in the rundown, as Caitlin Fournier told us. The 0-1 pitch misses low, 1 ball, 1 strike. There's not a lot of great things that have happened this year for Texas A&M Commerce, but Taya Pitts has been solid. 327 average, stolen 6 bases. They'll try to snag some bags on you now. They'll challenge you defensively. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, even just looking at their attempts and successful stolen bases, this is a team that's going to run. We saw Hansen get run on quite a bit last weekend.
I was
Rarity.
surprised by that.
Yes, me too.
What? Oh. There's the games tonight, but we have things to talk about from the weekend. Here's the 1-2 pitch, a little soft slap foul. It was almost as if it was a concerted effort by all 3 teams, Miami of Ohio, Liberty, and Louisiana Lafayette. They were running a lot, or at least trying to.
I agree. We haven't seen her arm get tested in a while. Not a lot of people have the confidence to run on Kinsey Hansen, and that's respect, right?
Right.
But she got challenged last week.
Here's the 1-2 pitch to the left-handed hitting Pitts, up and away. What more can we say about Kirsten Deal that, if you've been with us since the start of the season, you know we've talked about quite a bit. She had a rough go of it in Mexico in the Saturday game. It's the 2-2 pitch, is slap foul to stay that way. In fact, she was gone after an inning and 2/3 in her first start against Long Beach State. Had given up 4 hits, 3 earned runs, had walked 2. And since nails, hasn't allowed a run in her last 16 innings. 2-2. That was dirty but low. Full count.
Yeah, Pitts has speed. Infield's pinched in. You can see Brito well in front of third base. Jennings inside the base paths. Outfield shaded just a bit towards left field, but they're in nice and tight, anticipating speed from the leadoff.
3-2. Line past Brito into left field. I mean, she stuck the bat out and did what slappers do. Now we'll see if they want to test
straight barrel
too.
control.
Yep.
I think clearly infield was anticipating this, pinching in towards home plate, but this one is a rope right past Brito, 5-6 hole.
Runner at first. Isabella Arzola steps to the plate. AR-ZO-LAA. That's the pronunciation, guy. The LAA in all caps. Bunts, pop, foul. I see what A&M is doing here, A&M Commerce. I see what they're doing. trying to put a runner in scoring position, get a run early here, but it's gonna take more than one run here tonight to win this game if you're Texas A&M Commerce. But they've had some really good pitching performances so far this season. There's a swing as the runner was going and fouled off.
A hit and run attempt. Already starting to see some pressure right here against Oklahoma defense.
In the Tracy Beard Classic, Texas A&M Commerce was part of something that I don't think I've ever heard of ever. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got her. One away. Texas A&M Commerce lost to Missouri 1-0 in a game where both teams were no hit.
Walk me through that.
And the winning run was scored in the bottom of the first inning.
Wow.
By that I mean it held up the whole game. Here is Diamond Seve, the right-handed hitting third baseman with a runner at first. Runners going, line drive, foul down the right field line. Here's what happened in the very first inning of the game, and there was one error by A&M Commerce. In the very first inning of the game, Missouri's leadoff hitter Laird walked, stole second, stole third, and then scored on a sac fly.
There's the speed. That's what they do.
Here's the no-ball, one-strike pitch to Seife. Hits on first. She's not going here as the bunt is shown, and it's a strike.
Yeah, Pitt's still on first. We've seen her in motion twice, so there's already been 2 hit-and-run attempts. If that doesn't send a message of what we're likely going to see from Texas A&M Commerce tonight, I don't know what would.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Runner was going, fouled back. Wow, look at that. A runner going on a hit and run on 0-2. Talk about laying it all out there. Crowd already in full throat early here. Fans still piling in. The 0-2 pitch. Popped up behind home plate. There's room, Kinsey. Here comes Brito, though. She'll race in and make the catch. That ball drifted out a little bit, even though there's not much wind. 2 away. In fact, there's no wind right now.
0.
Darby Hickey will stride to the plate. This is one of the cool things. Every so often I keep forgetting we're at Love's Field. It's like, wow, we're in our new stadium.
Our new home.
Our new home. But the lights are on, but you can't tell like you used to.
You really can't. You heard me ask before the game started. I'm like, are the lights on?
First pitch, runners going. Hansen from her knees throws down on time. No.
Wow.
Slides in safely on a beautiful throw by Kinsey Hansen. Jennings made the catch behind the bag. It's a stolen base for Pitts. The pitch was called a strike.
You could see Coach Gasso coming out of the dugout pointing to Jennings to ask.
Right.
Should I review this? Should I challenge this call? We've already mentioned Hansen got challenged last weekend, and immediately here,
here's the
A&M Commerce going after it.
Exactly. Here's the no ball, one strike pitch. As Deal brings it home. Couldn't stop her swing, 0-2.
It's the 7th stolen base for Pitts in the leadoff.
This team will try to snag some bags on you. That's for sure. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Deal works around the leadoff single and the stolen base to strike out Arzola. Riley Boone will lead things off as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Oklahoma and Texas A&M Commerce are scoreless. Sooners headed to the plate. It'll be Boone, Brito, and Jennings. What about that first half inning from Kirsten Deal?
I think we're going to see a lot of runners in motion. Defense will have to be ready. Kinsey Hansen behind the plate. Arm's going to have to be warm, ready to rock.
Here's Boone. First pitch is in. Oh, that's a little bit ball one.
I thought she went for it.
I did too. They kind of got a little bit off schedule coming out of the break there. We were still having fun giving away stuff. Boone be ahead on the count, a ball and no strikes. There's a strike.
That looked to be an off-speed. Just looking at the heat map here on 643 charts for Mueller, she's in the zone a lot. You're going to see a lot of pitches that are over the wide of the plate.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low and in, 2 balls and a strike.
It'll be interesting. I'm always interested to see a team like this, mid-major like this, that comes to Oklahoma. Do you change anything? Do you just do what you always do? Do you throw the pitches that you normally throw? Is there anything that you change when you face a lineup like this? You know the type of power that Oklahoma has. What changes? I look at these heat maps. I'm like, are we actually going to see this from this arm? Is it going to be different?
Boone took the 2-1 for ball 3. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Ball 4, leadoff walk. Here's what we know. Aaron Miller was telling you a little bit about Maddie Mueller and her propensity to throw strikes. A 5.38 ERA, or at least be in the zone. 2-7 record. This is her 14th appearance, 13th start of the year. Opponents sitting 313 against her. Just 22 strikeouts, 22 walks, and of the 41 runs she's given up this year, 32 earned. First pitch to Brito is in for a strike. That's our opponent outlook, brought to you by Polston Tax Resolution and Accounting. Your tax problems don't care who you are, but we do.
That's the ratio I look at. The strikeout to walk ratio, even 22 and 22.
0-1. In for a strike, and Brito's quickly behind on the count. No balls and 2 strikes.
You look across the diamond, Kirsten Deal, 20 strikeouts and only 6 walks.
And half of those came in her start in Mexico. Here's the 0-2 pitch to the Sooner third baseman. Hangs up way outside and high.
Attempted changeup that hung on to the.
In that, is it she doesn't release it quick enough?
Yeah, just unable to time the release at the hip.
It's my struggle when I try to pitch, by the way, just so you know.
To let go of the ball.
Let go of the ball at the right time. Here's the 1-2. Brito turns on one, but pops it up into left field. Easy play racing in for Arzala, and there's one away.
The walks is what I saw this pitching staff struggle with last weekend. You and I chatted about that.
Oh, yeah.
Free passes, hit by pitches, walks, just too many blemishes in the circle. And I think pitching has been the strong suit for this team since the season started, and it wasn't last week.
No. And you even heard Coach talk about it as Tiare Jennings digs in. 4.46 average for TRA, early candidate for Player of the Year. Runner goes, hit and run, foul back.
Kelly Maxwell looked out of flow. Nicole May in the first start in Love's field, I think she looked not herself. She struggled, she labored, struggled to throw strikes early. Granted, I know that the endorphins were rolling, a lot of anxiousness. I get it. But overall, just pitching wasn't there.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Tiare.
And when you've got a weekend
strike
where pitching's not doing its thing, and then you throw in very uncommon defensive errors, uncommon base running issues, your offense has got a slow burn recipe for disaster, or dumpster fire, as we were talking.
Dumpster fire. That was
the
Auburn's
term.
word, yeah. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Jennings. She rips this one pretty deep to right field. There's a jet stream up there, but it doesn't get in it. Ball is caught. Boone's got to sprint back to the bag. She gets there, and there is 2 away for the Sooners here in the first inning. Aaron Miller, I'm Chris Plank. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you're just getting off work on a Wednesday night, you haven't missed much. Kirsten Deal gave up a leadoff single that struck out 2 of the next 3 batters she faced. Leadoff walk to Boone, 2 flyouts. Here's Kinsey Hansen. First pitch to K9 is way inside, ball 1. Kinsey hitting .373. 5 home runs on the season. Walked 7 times, has struck out 3. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Mueller. Low, 2 balls and no strikes.
speed is below average. I think that will be an adjustment that OU is going to have to make tonight. Is just seeing the ball deep in the stance.
Right.
They can't be out early. We've already seen 2 pop-ups. Granted, Tiare Jennings was deep into right field, but these are routine outs.
The 2-0. All 3 low.
I missed that last weekend from Oklahoma, was seeing this super powerful punch at the top of the first inning or the bottom of the first inning. It just feels a little deflating to not see that from OU. That's what we're used to.
Here's the 3-0. Ball 4. That'll bring the freshman Cassidy Pickering to the plate with runners at first and second. One final thought from me, too, on at least the Sunday game. Everything that Coach Gasso said in our pregame show had played out, right? Some moments where, you're not, it's just unique, it's different, and maybe in that moment you tried to do too much. Seems like a more relaxed team tonight as Pickering takes ball 1 low. No one really knew what to – fans, I think those of you that are listening here in the stadium, we didn't know what to expect, right?
And I want to paint the picture for you guys. It's not only just being in the new stadium. You don't know what it sounds like.
That's right.
You don't know how the sun plays. There's new dimensions to
Yep.
take in.
1-0's called a strike, 1-1. And they'll still be learning it. It's going to be a process. And if you want to try to do what was the coach's name at Hoosiers where you measure, it's like, the rim's still this. It's a little different world. The fence is still 200, but there is double the amount of people that are living it. The 1-1, a little bit up and out, 2 balls and a strike.
We talked a lot about the foul territory in the outfield. As you go all the way down deep into the corner of left and right, the stadium and the seating actually comes into the field. That is new. It's different than Marita Hines.
Here's the 2-1. Low, 3 balls and a strike.
I talked to Coach Jen Rocha about the sound, and she said it does. It feels like the fans are right on top of you. Very, very loud. Hard to even hear ourselves think at times.
Here's the 3-1. Popped up behind home plate. Doesn't look like there's enough room, but there is. I'm going to learn my lesson from not thinking there was enough room on Sunday. And Valdez for Louisiana made an incredible play. I mean, an absolutely phenomenal play over at first base, in foul territory that ended up probably winning the game for Louisiana.
And with an injury, unfortunately.
3-2 is lifted foul down the left field line.
Had to carry her off the field after that catch.
A lot of people have reached out and asked for updates on social media. She was having an MRI, but I'll double check for an update while this game is going on. It's the one thing I don't think that I followed up on that a few fans had asked about at OU on the air on Twitter. Here's the full count pitch again to Pickering. Line drive deep to right field, over the head of the right fielder to the wall. Pickering drives in Boone. Here comes Hansen. She'll score. A 2-out clutch double from the freshman Cassidy Pickering has given the Sooners a 2-zip lead.
Not only is the hit impressive here, the swing, this is a frozen rope right over right field. Griffith playing pretty even in the grass, pretty straight up. What's impressive is that it's done with 2 outs. What's impressive is that it's, again, the energy feels a little stale up until that swing. Trying to drum up something to get these Sooners to feel like they normally feel, to produce the way that they normally produce.
It will be ruled a double. And here's the first pitch to Jada. Low and away, ball 1.
Dare I say it felt like a little bit of a hangover when this game started, where you're just waiting to rinse it off of you. You're like, let's get that bad juju out of our system.
1-0 is low and away, 2-0. By the way, thank you, Jessica Bain, our intrepid Twitter reporter, my unpaid statistician. We have an update on Victoria Valdez already. Here's the 2-0 pitch with a runner at second and nobody out, or 2 outs, and misses away. Jen Schroeder had asked, how's your ribs and stomach? Valdez replied, they're okay. It was more my left knee that slammed into the wall. Everything looks good. There's just some swelling around my knee. So great news.
That's fantastic news.
3-0 is in for a strike.
I did think it was ribs, though, at first, too. That's what took the brunt of the impact, I thought, on the replay.
On the replay. Oh, what'd they get her? Ball 4. What'd she do? They're going to come out and talk to her. It wasn't a pitch clock violation.
No, I want to say this actually clipped her jersey.
Okay. Yep. And that's the conversation that's being had right now as Jada Coleman has walked. And here comes Ella Parker. So we spent a lot of time this weekend talking about the pitch clock and how different it is in the new world with it. But I feel like Aaron Miller, teams are getting used to it. Now, to be clear, and there's always been essentially a pitch clock. It's just at the umpire's discretion. Now there's a structured rule to it. It's out on the wall. You can see it. How have you seen hitters and pitchers adjust? You've done more than just OU games, we should say.
I have. Well, one, I keep getting – I'm glad that you're saying pitch clock because that's what I want to refer it to.
Activity clock.
Action clock.
Clock.
Activity, action. You know where the most pressure from the feedback I've gotten? Coaches. That's what I've heard from Coach Gasso, is it's speeding me up. It's forcing me to have to really plug into the game in a different way.
First pitch to Parker is in for a strike. First and second for the Sooners, 2 away. We're up 2-0 over Texas A&M Commerce in the bottom of the first inning.
Situation like this, 2 runners on, Ella Parker at the plate. If she wants to make a play call, she's under the time.
Here's the 0-1. Him. Deep to right field, and it's score! Ella Parker launches a 3-run bomb over the right field wall at Loves Field. A no-doubter, an absolute nuke! And on the 3-run bomb from Parker, it's 5-0 Sooners. Wow, what a shot. And that'll do it for Muller. How about this kid?
Wow. That was a no-doubter, right off the barrel. The speed, the trajectory, all of it. I anticipated this, right?
You called this before we started.
The early bombs, the early production. I believe a game like tonight, I almost am willing to bet on this. There are games within the game happening within OU's dugout. I want to see this many hard hit balls, this many swings on the first strike you see. Again, it's winning the tiny battles that allows you to win the big ones, and that's what we didn't see last weekend. And early here with 2 outs, a 5-run inning, this has got to feel good for Oklahoma.
New pitcher is Anissa Erdonado, having 3 ERA. Opponent's hitting .282 against her. She's thrown 30 innings and has allowed 18 runs, 16 of them earned 20 strikeouts to 13 walks. She'll face Avery Hodge with the bases empty. 2 away. First pitch to Hodge is low for ball 1. Ardonado is from San Antonio, Texas, out of McLennan College. It's a Warren High School. Hodge hitting .235, swings through strike 1. Not called a battle, not called a fight. It's more of a matchup rotation with her and Alina Torres and even Q Lilio in the mix. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hodge showed a bunt, pulls it back, takes ball 2.
What a beautiful problem to have as a coach. To essentially draw names out of hats. That's what I said last weekend. I'm like, I guess my pride. I'm like, I want to know why is coach making these decisions? I want to know.
Hodge slapped that one foul. Coach had to dodge that one. That was.
Thank goodness for the net on the dugout.
If the net wasn't in the dugout, who was going down over there?
I think that was Kenzie, maybe.
Was it Hansen?
Maxwell over there.
Well, I was more making sure of my guys. I had to make sure that Garrett was okay. That was the most important thing. It looks like he was. 2-2 is slap foul.
But truly at times, I look at the order and I'm like, did she just draw names out of a hat? She could with the talent she has.
Imagine having that kind of talent. It's like, oh, you know what? Today, I'm going to put the finalist for National Player of the Year in the 9 hole. I mean, it's amazing to think about the depth. Here's the 2-2 to Avery Hodge. She pops this one foul.
She's doing a good job here seeing the ball deep. She's fouling off opposite field. She stands in the left side of the box. Not a lot of speed out of the arm of Ardadato, and so she's got to see it deep in the stance. She can't be early.
Here's the 2-2 pitch to Hodge. She slaps this one to third. Really nice play. Seife, who gloves, throws, and gets her. But the Sooners do some damage. They played 5 in the bottom of the first inning, all with 2 outs. We head to the second. Sooners in control. It's 5-0 Oklahoma. You're listening to Sooner Softball, presented by Love's Travel Stops, the heart of the highway. When all was said for the Sooners and done in the bottom of the first inning, it was a 5-run, 5-hit inning. Oklahoma sends 8 batters to the plate, and as we head to the second, Sooners lead it 5-0. With Aaron Miller, I'm Chris Plank. Kirsten Deal back to work. And Brooke Hilton will lead things off. The right-handed hitting catcher takes it low and away for ball 1. 5 runs on 2 hits. One of those, an Ella Parker 3-run home run. One of those, a absolute clutch 2-out RBI double from Cassidy Pickering. Swing and a miss. A ball and a strike. Did not want to see a 3-up and 3 down that inning, Aaron. Did not want to see it. And
it started to feel that way with
right.
2 outs on the boards.
3-2 count on Pickering as the 1-1 pitch misses low.
We've got a full stadium.
Yes, very impressive.
Very impressive on a Wednesday night.
And also, kudos to the fans for something that changed this week. The 2-1 fouled straight back. Last week, even though, and again, from our perspective, like you don't see any empty seats, right? But in some of the TV shots, there were some empty seats behind home plate where fans hadn't been able to make the game. And softball fans who couldn't get here made us think about it. And they started a program. Continued, I should say, a program. The 2-2 is pop foul.
I saw some tweets of screen grabs from the broadcast saying, if these are your seats and you are not there, please message me.
Now, my buddy Josh Helmer and I, we try to start our own personal plan to do this, but McKay and the crew over at OU Ticketing have already been doing it. Tried to stop her swing, couldn't swing, and a missed strike 3 on him. And that's the 3rd strikeout of the game by Kirsten Deal.
Rise ball doing its job. That's the bread and butter. If she can make the curve and the rise really enter and exit through that same perspective, she gets the swing throughs, and it's looking really nice tonight.
Here's the first pitch to Stephanie Tapia. The right-handed hitting DP takes strike 1. And I want to make sure I follow up on this. Miranda Taylor, who is absolutely a rock star. You can transfer your tickets. There's something called the Sooner Seat Share. You can return your tickets as the 0-1 pitch is fouled back. You can sell them through a third-party vendor. You can send them to me. I will make sure your tickets get used. But the point is, listen, man, just send them to me. We'll all make money. It's a joke. But they've done a really nice job. In trying to make sure that there aren't empty seats here, knowing how many people want to be at this game. Here's the 0-2 to Tapia. Up high, ball 1.
Or if you're standing room only, snag the upgrade.
See, you go check on the upgrade. If you're standing room only at any game, go check on the upgrade as soon as you get here. But, I'm all about, someone I've been sitting in a seat for a while.
I'm parking it.
Toby Baldwin is yelling at the radio right now. 1-2 is fouled back.
It's not the rule.
A buddy of our broadcast, Jeff in Oklahoma City, has been pushing the idea of having seat fillers, kind of like they have at the Oscars or the Grammys or the Tonys. So anytime you get up to go get something or you're not there for, we got a seat filler. And then whenever you show back up, they walk around. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. In the midst of all this talk of attendance and seat fillers, Kirsten Deal is dealing 4th strikeout of the game. Strikeouts brought to you by Tinker Federal Credit Union, Oklahoma's largest credit union. 4th on the game for Deal. 2-way.
3 of them on the rise ball. That's how good
Mihi
it's been.
on the season now, 24 strikeouts. First pitch popped up on the infield. Avery Hodge calls off everyone, and that's a quick 1-2-3 second. 6 straight retired by Kirsten Deal. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Oklahoma leads at Texas A&M Commerce 5-0. It is 70 degrees. Wind is reported out of the southeast at 9 miles an hour, but the flags beyond the left field bleachers have been at rest all game long. It is gorgeous tonight. First pitch to Sanders is in for a strike. Back to work for Arredondo. Weather brought to you by the Trails Golf Club in Norman. You'll experience everything you love about golf and more. I've been trying to get one Randy Miller down at the Trails with me. Have you talked to him? Do you know of his whereabouts?
I think you just need to shoot him a text and he'll be here.
Here's the 0-1. It's low and in 1-1.
The man's retired. Come on.
I know.
Now.
He's got plenty of time. By the way, shouts out to our buddy Alan Hager over at the Trails Golf Club. He and Peyton Rowland, maybe another name you're familiar with, were honored by the PGA this weekend. So true pros at the Trails. The 1-1 ripped down the third baseline into the left field corner fair. Sanders rounds first on her way to second. It's a leadoff double for Sydney Sanders, who's starting to come to life a little bit. Aaron Miller starting to come to life.
This is the offense we know. Sometimes you just got to feel it again to find that groove. Had a slow burn last weekend. Most of the run production's coming in the third and the fourth inning, really fourth and fifth for the most part. But this team does their best work early in games. They really do.
Here's the first pitch to Riley Boone. A left-handed hitting Sooner left fielder takes the ball a little up. Okay, I have looked at Riley Boone and her RBI numbers all year. I mean, it's been one of my stats, one of my notes.
Mm-hmm.
Her RBI number just is incredible. She lays down a beautiful bunt. The throw is not in time. The second baseman wasn't even on the bat. It's an infield single for Riley Boone off the bunt. First and third.
I see 11 RBIs. Is that what you're looking at?
No. Here's why. Because I've said a lot that she's at 11 RBI, nearing her career high of 14 from last year. She had 27 runs batted in her junior year. What have I been looking at this whole time? I'm so angry with me right now. Sorry, Booney.
We're making it right.
We're making it right. But 11 on her way to 14. Here is Alyssa Brito. They reset the pitch clock, which had got down to 3. Unofficially for the Sooners, the 4th hit of the night. Brito flied out to left field her last time up. First pitch, lifted deep to center field. Does it have enough? No. Caught at the track by Pitts. Sanders will tag and score. It's 6-0 Sooners.
Boy, it had the exit angle. High into the sky. This one took her almost to the wall. Pitts in center field. Here's the perk about these LED stadium lights is You're not losing those balls in the lights. I hated
challenging
that.
Was that?
Oh my gosh, terrible. Terrible. It's almost worse than the sun.
Yeah. The high, you taught me about the high sky?
The high sky, yeah. Not a cloud in the sky still.
Here's Tiare Jennings. Last time up, she flied out to right field. First pitch, a little bit out. Boone got a late jump online, and they got her. She got a run.
Late jump off the pitch.
2-way. You don't see that happen often. Hence the celebration from the Texas A&M Commerce dugout. They are, that's the second caught stealing for the Sooners this year.
Yeah, she's been 3 for 3 before that attempt.
Sooners as a team, 23 of 24 as the 1-0 pitch misses low, 2-0. Was there maybe the way that she left, was there maybe a hit and run?
No.
I don't think so, yeah.
I don't think so.
Here's the 2-ball, no-strike pitch to Tiare. In for a strike, 2-1. I hope it's coming across on the broadcast tonight just how gorgeous it is here in Norman. Now, this might change in the span of about 12 hours, but it is a perfect night here for softball. Here's the pitch that's popped up on the 2-1. Foul territory. Is there room? No. Gets into the Lion dugout. First baseman Hickey gave chase. It's supposed to get nasty this weekend.
Cold or wet?
Wet, cold,
All
Friday,
of it?
Saturday. Get you that update. My point is stay tuned to @OU on the air. That's @OU on the air. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch hangs up high.
Change
Ball
up.
3.
We haven't seen any off speed actually hit through the strike zone. I don't know that that's going to be a threat for them tonight.
Full count here to TRA. The pitch ripped to third. Nice play by Seife off a hop throws, gets her inning over. Sooners add another run. Sac fly RBI from Brito, and as we head to the third, 6-0 Sooners. Valencia Powell will lead things off for the Lions. First pitch is skipped. Ball 1 as Powell showed bunt. Earl and Darlene Lee are in Cedar Park, Texas. They said hope to be at Loves Field tomorrow night, weather permitting. I ain't going to be here tomorrow night. You going to be here tomorrow night?
Is there something going on I don't know about?
I'm kidding, Earl. I'm kidding, Darlene. Friday night. I know what you meant. I want to be a literal guy every now and then. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Up high, 2-0. Brandon Jacks, the mayor of Medill. Chad's checking in from Gravette, Arkansas. Aaron's listening in the stadium. Chris Emerson tuned in up in Jinx. Or, as some might say, Janks. Here's the 2-0. Bunted foul.
Is Jinx.
I so pushed back. Thank you. Thank you. It's not Janks.
I'm a Jinx grad.
You
so
are
I can lay down the
proud
law
Jinx
right now.
Trojan.
Janks.
That one in Bigsby.
Big.
Bigsby.
I live in Bixby, so I can also lay
You
down
can-
the law on that
tell 'em.
too.
Let them know. This, and I can't even say commerce the same way 1,000 times.
Commerce.
Commerce, one hopper
Wow,
to
nice dig.
Jennings, makes a nice play, throws to first, and there's one away.
That's the defense we know and love.
Looky who just checked in. It is
Hey,
Marita Hines.
the woman herself.
She did not do Twitter, and she said, I need your number. So I
So
want to
she can
check
check in.
Right. From Ruidoso, New Mexico. Great to see you, Coach. One away, and the first pitch to Ashlyn Griffith is fouled off. She came in to make sure that my vantage of the strike zone was does allow me
Quality.
to call out the umpires after the horrific job we
important
saw
business.
behind the plate Sunday and Friday. Here's the no ball, 1 strike pitch to Griffith. Bunts it foul. Tommy and Cindy Coleman tuned in Clinton, tuned in on the Varsity app. Bobby McKay from Broken Arrow. Now, you know there is one thing that's going to get your text read. Questions. Love getting questions to the booth. Love hearing where you're listening from. But Bobby's got one for you, Aaron Miller.
Okay.
Get it after this 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That is the 5th strikeout for Kirsten Deal, and there's 2 away. 6-0 Sooners. Bobby wants to know, Aaron, your thoughts on OU moving to number 2 in a couple polls. Thoughts?
Okay. First, let's address who actually moved to number 1.
Texas Longhorns.
Texas Longhorns. Here's what I can tell you about Texas.
You've seen them live.
They're very good. They're very, very good.
First pitch to Pitts. Inside, ball 1. She's the only base runner that the Lions have had on a first inning single.
Just on average, they're the number 1 team in the nation. They've got the best average in the nation. Their offense is very talented.
Number 1 batting average in the country, you're right.
Pitching staff is deep.
1-0 is a line right to Jennings. Doesn't have to move.
I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger.
All right.
And give you the other half of that answer. When we
All
get
right,
back.
good question. Bobby McKay, who is tuned in tonight, NBA. Judy is in Silver City, New Mexico. I can't stop laughing about it. It can't enough time to make up for me getting the break left. As we head to the our break late, as we head to the bottom of the third inning, 6-0 Sooners. K9 will lead things off. 6 runs for the Sooners on 4 hits, and who knows, Kinsey Hansen, the way she's been hitting the ball recently, takes ball 1 low. She might put one out in. We were trying to come up with a name for the center field greenery area. I was thinking Boone's Farm. Some others have suggested maybe something with Jada.
You know, Boone's Farm also has a sponsorship opportunity there that's really fitting.
They do. Bouncer back up the middle, goes through into center field. It's a base hit. Some might frown upon that. Tiare's Tulips were suggested. Gasso's Garden. Gasso's Garden might end up.
Love that.
Yeah, right. I think that's going to end up winning. Something tells me that our buddy Kelly Collier over at SSP would not appreciate it being known at Boone's Farm. I'm sure there's probably some sponsorship issues there.
Hey, we're selling alcohol in the
We
stadium
are, that's
now.
true. Hey, Kinsey Hansen's going to get pinch run here by Riley Ludham. Okay, as Cassidy Pickering steps to the plate, Bobby had asked you about the Sooners slipping to number 2. You brought up Texas, really good batting average, and then something else.
Texas is really, really good. Here's my honest thought. Take my OU affiliation out of this entirely, if you can.
Right.
One human loss against a team like this,
Right.
I don't know that warrants that type of movement.
First pitch
But
is a
you know
strike.
what? Peanuts. We're splitting hairs at this point. 1, 2. We're still early in the year. I know I can answer this from personal experience. They're not looking at those polls. Oklahoma's not giving any attention to those numbers.
1 is high, 1 ball, 1 strike. You're right.
They're not.
Unless, maybe there is always a little motivation. But I don't even know if Coach Casso would need to use that at this time of the season. It's more as the 1-1 is line foul. With the growing popularity of this sport, who probably sees it the most? The players.
Yes.
Right?
Right. The
On
media is
social
pumping
media,
those
right.
things. Correct.
Great question, Bobby. Even a better answer, Aaron Millen. Here's the 1 ball, 2 strike pitch to the Sooner right fielder. Doubled and drove in 2 runs in her last at bat. She takes it high, 2-2.
To piggyback off of that, I've got to call Texas. I went to Austin first week of season, and Big 12 is going to be a battle. I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. I'm really excited. I'm excited about going to Lubbock next week.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-2. Just out, 3-2. Now, the Sooners are better than just about everyone in the Big 12, but when you have to go to their place, it's like a completely different world. And we end up having a lot of fans there, but Tech is starting to say, okay, the Sooners are coming. It's pop foul. Down left field line, out of play. And again, just to add one more thing to it, this is the last time that Oklahoma's going to go there, probably ever. I mean, they're not going to play at Texas Tech, and so fans are going to want to be out and be a part of it. It's going to be a wild weekend. Baylor looks pretty good. 3-2, runner goes, is line deep to left field. It hits off the wall. Riley Ludlam on her way to third. Patty Gasso waves her home. It's another run-scoring double from the freshman Cassidy Pickering. And it's 7-0 Sooners. Wow. This kid.
Just a freshman, too. I kept having to remind myself of that last weekend, that this is a kid that's in her first season. Her career is just starting. Plank, you will relate to this. You weren't there for my freshman year.
That's right.
You started broadcasting in 2016, my senior season.
Year, yep.
My freshman year, as a freshman, I walked into a returning 9 that had played for a national championship the year before.
First pitch to Jada's fouled away.
That was the year of the rain game against Alabama. It is very intimidating to walk into this program now with the storied success as a freshman.
Hadn't even thought about that.
Very hard to do.
Hadn't even thought about that.
Especially with a senior class that has won national titles every single year of their career. I mean, it's nuts. 7
position essential starters are returning.
And it looks like it doesn't even phase Pickering.
0-1 is up and away, 1-1. We got to talk about it a lot this week, and Enrique Vasquez, who is our Spanish play-by-play guy for football,
right.
Enrique, his daughter plays for Louisiana Lafayette. she had a good weekend. She had one of the eighth inning hits. The 1-1 misses up, 2-1. And Enrique and I and his wife sat and talked a lot at OU Texas weekend, and I just seen my first fall game, and he's like, how about Pickering? Because he had coached them coming up through travel ball, and he said, she is special. And I was like, I think you might be right. We know now. 2-1 is lined to center field. An absolute laser off the bat of Coleman. Hit one, hops the center fielder Pitts. Rounding third and scoring is Pickering. It's an RBI double from Jada Coleman. And in the bottom of the third inning, hello run rule territory, it's 8-0 Sooners.
This was almost a tomahawk swing. So picture this pitch is above the letters of Jada Coleman, and she's able to get the barrel down and through this pitch. Frozen rope right up the middle of the field. I think it actually caught Pitts off guard standing in center. Hit so hard. I think we're going to have another pitching change with a new arm.
We are. Love's Travel stops the heart of the highway. We'll get our first look at Julia Sanchez. Tell you more about the new Lions pitcher in a moment, but let's hit some of your... By the way, our buddy Brett, too, up in New York, they were taping an episode of Law & Order SUV out on a street. Are you sure they were taping something, Brett? Thanks for tuning in tonight. All right, here we go. Warm-up's over. Just past the top of the hour of 7 o'clock. Here's Ella Parker, homered her last time up, and takes the first pitch outside for ball one. Hannah Kaur did check into pinch run, which likely means Jada Coleman's day could be done. Coach still wants to play a lot of people so they can get familiar with being on this field. 1-0.
That was one of the positive takeaways she mentioned to you, Plank, in your pregame interview. She got to see a lot of players get a lot of time on the field. That is so important this early in the year to get those reps. They're going to be needed down the line. You don't know what's going to happen. Injuries, wear and tear, sickness, just sheer games. They're playing a lot of games. She's got to be able to tap into the dugout, and that's one of the perks from last weekend is getting to see a lot of opportunities given out.
2-1, swing and a miss, strike two. By the way, shouts out to Aubin Fippen back in the franchise studios. They were able to kill the delay so fans could listen in real time. Parker lines one over Coach Gasso's head. Well done. This is that moment where Aubin's like, I don't think I did anything. No, I'm kidding. 8-0 Sooners, 8 runs on 7 hits. Yeah, bring your... If anyone still has a transistor radio, you can buy them at Walmart for like $9.99. Buy one, bring it out. You can listen to us while the game's happening. Parker takes it low, ball 3.
Very slow off speed there.
I mean,
I would call that the Bugs Bunny changeup.
Oh, I use that all the time. By the way, you taught me that in, I think, 17. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Popped up, shallow left field. Little late break, but racing in, making the catch. Zarzola. And there's one away. Parker now 1 for 2 on the night, and here's Avery Hodge. Gunny is checked in from work. Lynn's in OKC. Trey Linda Kerr. Randy Davis is in Dixon, California. Joel Rogers from Rogersville, Tennessee. Here's the first pitch to Hodge. Is up high, ball 1. Cord chased back to second base by a look. Hodge 0 for 1, grounded out to third. That ended the first inning for the Sooners. She bats here with 1 away and a runner at second. Sooners up 8-0 in the bottom of the third inning. 1-0 is up high, 2-0. Larry's in his St. Pete Soonered in. Oh, you know what? Redhead Sooner brings up a great point. Last year after a loss, the Oklahoma softball team came back to have back-to-back 8-0 run rule wins. Oh, it goes deeper than that. The 2-0 is in for a strike. This is a great note that our man Thomas had dug up on how Oklahoma responds to defeat. Bring it to you after this 2-1 pitch to the Sooners' second baseman with a runner at second and 1 out. Little soft slap, looper into left center field, down for a hit. There you go, Avery Hodge. Rounding third and scoring is Kaur. Hodge is in with a double. She rounded first and never even hesitated. Avery Hodge starting to cook. It's 9-0 Sooners on the RBI double from Hodge.
This is what makes Hodge so deadly at the plate. This ball is just peppered. Left center field, really not super hard off the bat, but because of the speed, she's able to grab an extra 60 feet. For anybody else, that'd be a single, a stand-up single. She never stopped.
Hesitated. First pitch to Sanders is in for a strike. That was great coaching by Coach Steele over at first base. Fale Palima Steele. There is Patty Gasso in her 30th season, sporting the zip-up anthracite hoodies as the 0-1 pitch misses up and in 1-1. Garrett Volker, the Sooner equipment manager. A lot of cool gear this year that OU is sporting for softball.
I don't think it's cooler. And I thought it was cool back when I played.
It was. Here's the 1-1. There's that lollipop change, and it got Sanders. She popped it up a mile high. Nice catch made behind home plate by Hilton, and there's 2 away. Okay, finally to this step. Oklahoma hasn't lost back-to-back games since the 2020 season. They lost to Wisconsin and Washington in back-to-back games. The Sooners have gone 203-9 since those back-to-back losses. 203 wins, 9 losses. They've outscored their opponents 90-17 in games immediately following its last 9 losses. Here it's 9-0. First pitch to Boone is up high for a ball. Each of the last 4 games following a loss has resulted in a shutout, with the Sooners outscoring their opponents by a combined score of 47-0. Good on you, red-headed Sooner. I'm glad we got that in. The 0-1 is Pepper. Laser to short, and what a catch. Powell didn't have a choice. She was going to catch it or she was going to wear it. And she somehow came away with it to end the inning. But the Sooners add to their lead, and as we head to the 4th, it's 9-0 Sooner. Patty Gasso has made a pitching change. Peyton Monticelli will check in. It was kind of a funny moment. Coach had gone over to make sure our home plate umpire, Michael Parker, had all the changes because they were passing them along to Lions coach Brittany Miller. And when Coach saw that he had them and he was passing them along, she counted up great and just turned around and went back to the dugout. Here's a new look Sooner infield, and it is new look. A battery of Monticelli and Ludlam. Sanders is at first. Q Lilio's at second. That is Avery Hodge at short. Alina Torres at third. We mentioned Hannah Court came into pinch run. She's out in center field. Maya Bland is in right, and Riley Boone is in left. Here's the first pitch of the 4th. It's a bunt. It's foul. Also helps if I flip over my Bob Carpenter scorebook.
We're matching.
Bella Arzola. Okay, do you think we could sell Bob on maybe doing like a softball one?
I think so.
Where the innings are a little bit bigger? That's all. That's the only change I want in this scorebook.
So we have more room.
Yeah.
For more details, you know?
Absolutely. Bella lines this one foul. Isabella on the scoreboard. Isabella on the roster. Bella on the lineup card. So we're going to call her Bella. Pretend like we're buddies with Brittany Miller, whom, as this night has gone on, I didn't have her whole bio laid out. Thought she looked familiar. Knew I knew the face. She spent several years at Tech as the 0-2 pitches up and in for Monticelli. The new pitcher for the Sooners is already one of my favorites, Peyton Monticelli. 8 1/3, scattered 4 hits this year, struck out 11, walked just 4. And she throws hard. The 1-2. Grounded to short. Nice job by Hodge. Up, throws, got her.
I just realized on our Bob Carpenter scorebook, he's in Tulsa.
That's right.
I'll just go find him.
He lives in Tulsa, longtime broadcaster of the Nationals. All right. You want another Kevin Bacon, another degree of separation? Whenever I first started doing sports talk radio in Tulsa, my first regular guest was Bob Carpenter. And his segment was called The Carpenter Call. And he still makes me pay for this scorebook. First pitch to Seife is popped up on the infield. Hodge makes the catch, and there's 2 away.
You're not bitter at all.
No, you know what? Actually, this shout out to Sooner Lisa, who hooked me up with this, because I wasn't going to pay for it until he gave me a deal.
They are the best.
The best.
Bob's
a long time. And you can get one yourself, bcscorebook.com. It's really awesome. It's a great way to keep track of the season as Darby Hickey digs in. Now, first pitch to Hickey is up high. Fans that have stayed with No for a long time, I revolted against this. I would make my own score sheet, individual for each game, but then it kept blowing away because
yeah, Oklahoma wind will get you.
Someone said you need to do something about that. Here's the 1-0. Just a little bit low.
You could pull a Toby Rowland and do like what is that board?
Yeah, the spotter boards, yeah. He's way more creative than I am.
He's advanced.
If you would have seen my spotter boards, you would have laughed at me for basketball. Like handwritten in crayon. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Hickey. Swing and a miss, strike one.
Up and in. That's solder off right under the hands. Monticelli looked good last weekend, too. What were your thoughts on that? I thought she looked great.
There was a thought coming into the year that she might redshirt, right? But, I mean, she has shown that she can help this team out, and I think she's going to be a major matchup problem. The 2-1, swing and a miss.
Same pitch.
And, again, historically, one whole season, but historically, her strikeout to walk numbers were impressive. Like, it was.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-ball, 2-strike pitch to Hickey. 9-0 Sooners. We're in the fourth. Swing and a miss. And she brings that.
Oh,
she
the
brings
punch.
Juice and energy. And it doesn't matter if it's 1-0, 9-0, 15-0. Monticelli's going to pop out of the circle. Bottom of the fourth inning. It's 9-0 Sooners. So Torres is hitting in Burrito's spot. And it's been all Sooners, 9-0. A couple of other quick thanks for tuning in tonight. Our buddy Doug Hamilton, Hockley, Texas. Nick and Jan driving back to Tulsa. Zane, Jana, Rick, dogs and cats in North Huntington, Pennsylvania. First pitch to Torres is a little bit out. Annie's in Manford. Brenda's in Lindale, Texas. Couple, Tina Kay in Edmond. There's a rip down the left field line. Fair into the corner. Torres rounds first. She'll stop and come back. And I don't think Coach Steele is happy with her.
I thought immediately off the bat that was going to be a double. Props to Arzola in left field. She got that in quick.
She did. Here's Q Lilio. And I think Fale wanted to see her take her chances.
I think so too. I got one for you. Walk-up songs. Walk-up songs. Have you noticed?
I didn't want to bring it up.
You knew it was a sore subject.
First pitch to Q is
Can you tell? Can you hear the bitterness?
Can I tell you something? I'm not going to. I didn't even know.
You didn't realize it?
I didn't realize it until Destiny said something yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
The 1-0 pitch is in for a strike, 1-1. No. I'm sorry. It was Mindy. Mindy was in with me on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
And Mendez like,
it.
she's like, oh, I love her mix of songs. I'm like, well, it's what Caitlin's playing. She's like, no, they get walk-up songs this year. Q takes the 1-1 pitch in for strike 1-2. And if you wonder why it's a tough spot, because they were never allowed to have them before.
Ever, okay? You can hear I'm still bitter about this. We had this thing. We had to at least get a 3.5 GPA as a team to earn walk-up songs. And we always came a hair short.
1-2 is high, 2-2.
I think one season we got a 3.4, and I'm going to throw her under the bus. Katie Self.
Katie!
Got a C in a class.
I saw Katie Self 2 weeks ago.
Well, you can tell her she cost us walk-up songs one season.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. Popped a mile high on the infield. Under it, the third baseman Sede makes the catch, and there's one away.
So my question is, I want to know if these songs were just grandfathered in because of a new stadium. If they earned it, did they hit the 3.5 GPA?
Ooh,
what's the sitch? So next time you talk to Coach, please ask.
I will make sure to ask.
Let's get to the bottom of this.
Might go ask her after the game. Coach is doing post-game press conferences at every single game. I finally found out where the press room was after looking for it. I got lost twice. Here's the first pitch to Riley Ludlam. It's 9-0 Sooners. She swings and skies it into shallow left field. Racing in and nearly colliding with a shortstop, Powell, is pitched the center fielder to make the catch, and there's two away. And that would bring Maya Bland Thank you all for the check-ins tonight. It's great to see so many fans tuned in. Even with the TV crew tonight, Chad McKee and Destiny Martinez are on the call. Aaron will be back on TV this weekend. We just blessed to have her here for a night. First pitch to Maya Bland is out.
I love being with Plank Show.
Well, here's the thing: is I don't get to choose the schedules or anything like that, but I don't think we could go wrong with any of y'all. But man, I love chopping it up with you as the 1-0 pitch is in for strike, because you've seen other teams this year too. You were down watching Texas.
Yeah, and I saw Louisiana. They were at UT when I was there covering Texas, so I got to see a ton of the Raging Cajuns coming into last weekend.
The 1-1 is a little bit low to Bland. So then, from seeing them before, were you surprised to see them put it all together? Because they've come close a couple times.
I mean, yes. Okay. Riasetto looked amazing. The curveball was nuts.
And OU hit the ball hard. Bland dismisses up high, 2-1 to Bland, ball 3. Good to see Maya Bland getting some more at-bats here as we inch towards conference play.
OU beat themselves, though.
Yeah, they hit so many hard balls. You're right.
I don't want to undercut.
That's right.
Louisiana. They played a great game. Pitching was outstanding. They took what was given to them.
Bland pops this one up a mile high down the third baseline into foul territory. Catch is made, and that'll do it for the Sooners in a quiet fourth. That little Toby Keith sing along. There's a cool and almost sad picture they just showed of Toby with the Romero family after the 2017 National Championship. I just wanted to say tonight, as we enter the fifth with the Sooners on top 9-0, the Romeros are in our family. We laid Mikey to rest on Monday. That is Mike, Big Mike. The whole family was there. So, Sid, we're thinking about y'all. Just so sad. Mikey's going to be missed. And the picture also had Lil Mikey. And you realize, there's a guy in the Red Sox organization that was, 10 years old running around here.
Now you want to talk about the impact of Big Mike. It's his children.
Yeah.
Wow.
First pitch strike to Charlie Anger. Pinch hitting here.
One of the most talented families out there.
9-0 Sooners, top of the fifth inning. Here's the 0-1 from Monticelli. A little low and in. Fifth inning's brought to you by the Hal Smith Restaurant Group. Enjoy great dining experiences at any of our restaurants. Sounds like a good call for a post-game tonight. Louis Garage.
Red Rock. That's the date night spot.
1-1 is a little bit out. Fans didn't like it. For some fans, they're just probably finally getting here. It's like, 9-0.
It's been a quick game.
Hour 23. Actually, hour and 17 minutes right now. Here's the 2-1. Popped up right field. Maya Bland under it. Makes the catch one away. Okay. Observation. It's the first play I've seen Maya Bland have to make in the field. Very smooth. Sometimes there'll be that panic and there'll be that. She looks like she's got a good feel out there. And she is athletic.
Very.
That's a nice weapon to have in an outfield that already features Jada Coleman, Riley Boone. Hannah Core's out there now off the bench in center field. Ashley Diaz will get a chance to pinch hit here. First pitch, a little bit up, ball 1. Do you know this game's moving so quickly? I haven't even been able to get to my historical layout of Texas A&M Commerce and their history, which is very sad.
You better hurry up and get to it.
The 1-0 pitch is outside. It's fouled away. 1-1. East Texas State Teachers College is what they were known as.
What was the year? Give me the year.
1923.
Wow.
They they became East Texas State University in 1965. And they joined the Texas A&M University system in 96. Up high, ball 2. They were founded in 1889 was Texas A&M Commerce. You didn't know you were going to get this information when you came to the broadcast tonight, did you?
I'm just glad we got the name pronounced correctly.
Well, it's Commerce. I'm sorry. Here's the 2. We got there. It took us a half inning. 2-1 is low and in ball 3. The original site for Texas A&M Commerce was in Cooper, Texas. The Cooper site was destroyed by fire They then moved to its present-day location in 1894. And here tonight in 2024, they are getting beat. It's 9-0. There's strike two. But we're glad that we got a midweek game. The Sooners need these games. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Monticelli rocks and fires. Got it. 2 away. Monticelli pumps the fists.
You know what I appreciate the most about Monticelli, and it's what I saw last weekend here, opening weekend for Loves Field. It's as if she knows exactly, pinpoint what her role is going to be when she comes into a game, and she does not lose sight of that.
No, not at all.
It's like ice in the veins. Like, I know what I'm here to do, and by golly, I'm going to get it done.
First pitch is in for a strike. This is Lyncia Powell's spot, but Tatum Wright is pinch hitting here. And officially announced. Hadn't officially put it up on the Loves Field scoreboard. The 0-1 outside, 1-1. The Oklahoma State logo, the outline of the state. A laser red light around it. Looks sharp. Loves Field, logo on top. The hearts on the panhandle. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Not even close. Strike two. On what has been a gorgeous night here in Norman. Peyton Monticelli and the Oklahoma Sooners are looking to make quick work of Texas A&M Commerce. They're up 9-0. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Monticelli. Inside. Home plate umpire could have been a hero right there. He punches that one out. This place goes crazy. Two balls, 2 strikes. Monticelli. Pop foul. Even the way that Peyton walks, she's got a little swagger to her.
She's just in control.
The scouting report, when Oklahoma is considering Monticelli, I had a couple of the reporters say she's got some of the nasty stuff we've ever seen. We're seeing it tonight. 2-2 pitch. Low and in, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
If she gets the K right here, you're going to see a big react from her in the circle.
Oh, yeah. Especially since she's worked this count full. Right. Waits. Monticelli. Rocks and fires. Hard hit ball back up the middle. Through into center field. It's a base hit. The Lions dugout goes crazy. We'll get another pinch hitter here for Brittany Miller's Lions. Oh, no, Lyncia Powell's spot. So we'll actually get Powell hitting here. And it looks like Mihi's going to come back in a pinch run. Just the second hit of the game for the Lions. Their first base runner since the first inning. And prior to that, Oklahoma had retired 14 straight between Monticelli and Kirsten Deal. We'll talk about Deal in the postgame show. So here's Lyncia Powell. 2-way. Sooners 3 outs away from the win. First pitch, Powell. Good swing. And nearly took out the on-deck batter. Ashlyn Griffith had to do a little jump. It's got to be scary.
Stadium's still full. Nobody's left. They're staying for the last pitch.
Nobody is left early. Where else could you go? This is awesome.
Where else would you want to go?
Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Overmatched. Strike two. The 0-2. Low and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Monticelli brings it home. Pop fouled on the right side, well out of play. Look out. Ooh. After a weekend where the fans made every play in the stands, that one was a little bit dicey. Concourse, food trucks are set up. Now let's do this again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Monticelli brings it home. Up and away, 2-2. I think it's fair to say this top half of the 5th inning has been longer than a couple of full innings that we've had in this game.
I would agree with that. That last strike from Monticelli, she's
flirting with it.
She's scratching to get it.
She's flirting with it. Here's the 2-2. Fouled off again. Powell's got a pretty good at-bat going. A response is what Aaron Miller wanted to see. 9-0 with 10 hits for the Sooners. Some kind of response tonight. We'll talk about it more in the Bud Light postgame show. Get us there, Peyton Monticelli. We're ready. Here's the 2-2. Up and away, 3-2. Avery Hodge gives her a nod. Quincy Lilio in its second. Words of encouragement. Torres walked over from the third base bag to hype up the Wisconsin transfer. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Monticelli. Line drive foul down the right field line.
It's been a battle.
The place is ready to go bonkers.
They're on the edge.
We know this. We know this. Sooners looking for win number 19. And get ready for conference play. 3-2. Low and in, ball 4. That party will have to wait a little bit.
You'll want to see Monticelli just slam the door shut here. The misses have been big. She's gotten the foul ball, she's gotten the swing throughs, but where she's missed, it's been a big miss.
We're going to see what are we going to see here? Rennie Miller's got the home plate umpire. Elizabeth Guerrero is going to pinch hit here. And it looks like we're going to get a pinch runner as well. Yeah, they're going to bring KK Kosek into pinch run. I'll tell you what, though, that's cool of Coach Miller. Is for some fans, they might say, just get it over, let's go. She's getting everyone in the game, and that's really cool to see.
It is. You don't get these opportunities.
No, and I think they realize how big of a deal it is.
Agreed.
Here's the first pitch to Guerrero. Up high, ball 1. Chin Roach just says, okay, let's have a talk. 9-0 Sooners. OU's very much in a good spot, but a little bout with control here in the top of the 5th inning. A little cause for pause.
Not what we saw in the 4th. She had a 3 up, 3 down inning. Ended the inning with a K. Big celebration. The fist pump to really celebrate that last strikeout. Gets 2 quick outs here in the 5th, and then has kind of unraveled when it comes to managing the strike zone, getting behind, not able to scratch away the last strike. Jen Roach is just nodding her on the back right now, and I think trying to walk her through this last out.
Sooner fans start to cheer, make some noise to hype up Monticelli here. It's a 1-0 count to Guerrero. Pitch. Turns and hooks it out of play down the left field line. Crystal Bustos is one of the assistants for Brittany Miller. The big bruiser the Babe Ruth of softball. 3 Olympic medals, gold in 2000, 2004. 3 Pan Am golds, 2 World Cup championships. She's hit the most home runs in Olympic softball history. She's coaching these Lion hitters. The 1-1 up high to him. Jackie Livingston and I were talking about some cool storylines for tonight. She brought up that Bustos went straight from JUCO to basically playing international.
Yeah, she's got quite the story. We've had
2-1 in for a strike, 2-2.
a few legends come through Love's Field already.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dr. Dot coming through last weekend. Crystal Bustos coming through. Had a lot of alumni in the house. Sooner alumni last weekend.
See if Monticelli can end this. The 2-2 pitch popped up. Is there room? No. Well out of play. I did notice when I walked in on the roof, on the awning, I guess I should say.
You walked on the roof?
When I walked in on when I walked in, I noticed on the roof that there is an area that kind of juts up a bit.
Yeah.
So they catch the softballs, so they don't go flying out into the concourse. Let's do this again. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Line drive, foul on the right field line.
A lot of battle. You got to give it to him.
Now, whenever we had last checked on the time, I think that's whenever I brought up, oh, well, this game's cooking. We're at like an hour and 20 minutes. Nope. I will never, ever say anything about the time again. I'm the ultimate jinx. Best thing, though, is we get to talk about Peyton Monticelli and the Sooner team trying to wrap it up. Run rule fashion. Again, the 2-2 pitch. Line drive, foul down the third baseline. That's the Lions dugout, pretty hyped. Two balls, 2 strikes. Sooner fans are going to have red spots on their hands from these clapping nonstop. Monticelli's made him work. 2-2. Low and away, ball 3.
Way low, way away. That's been the difference in these last 3 at-bats. The misses have been big misses.
Yeah, huge. Well, I'm not trying to be overly dramatic, but she hasn't been squeezed by the zone. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Win column Sooners. Bowl game. Peyton Monticelli gets the strikeout. Start a new streak. Oklahoma 9. The Texas A&M Commerce Lions, nothing. And conference play, our final run through the Big 12. Here we come. Starting Friday night against Iowa State here at Love's Field.